morning. We're going to do a nice yoga flow this morning just to kind of get our blood flowing, get that circulation moving, open up our joints, and quiet our minds for a moment just to kind of set the tone for the day. I think doing just a quick little yoga practice in the morning really helps loosen everything up, helps you navigate your world a little bit more freely and easily. So let's get started. Ground your feet to the floor. Having bare feet is always best. If you're comfortable with that, we need to release our toes, let our feet kind of breathe and move. That helps with our balance and our mobility. So feet are grounded. We're sitting up nice and tall. We're comfortable in our chair. Allow the hands to just rest on the lap. And I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes and get in tune with your breath this morning. So let's take one deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's get that breath flowing here. When you're ready, deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then just continue breathing in and out of the nose if that feels comfortable to you this morning. Shoulders are relaxed, jaws relaxed. And let's just notice the breath. Notice the rise and fall of the belly as the air comes in and out of the body. So we're just kind of making that breath and body connection here, allowing the nervous system to calm and quiet, just so we're more in tune with our bodies before we begin our practice. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and open the eyes if they're closed. Allow your hands to just fall down by your sides. We're just going to start by warming up the upper body, the shoulder girdle, and the shoulder blades back there. When you're ready, on your inhale, just draw the shoulders up towards the ears. And then as you exhale, draw the shoulders back and down, reaching the fingertips for the floor. Inhale up. And rotating back and down. Just getting that shoulder girdle moving here, creating some mobility and some movement. You're releasing a little bit of tension there. And then when you're ready, on that last drop down, we're going to reverse our direction. Inhaling up, round the shoulders forward and down. Wonderful. Feels so good. Just getting that circulation moving here. All right, wonderful. Let's keep rolling with the upper body here. Let's just do a little bit of a flow. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, draw the palms of the hands together. And then exhale, release down. Let your chin come to your chest. And reverse that. Inhale up. Really drawing that air in up through the rib cage. And exhale. Let that air just fall out of the body here. Inhale, reach. Continuing to create that shoulder mobility here. Remember, our joints get their nutrition through movement. And we very rarely reach up overhead. So I think this is a really important one to do. Taking our joints through their full range of motion, if we can, just keeps them healthy as we age. We want to age well here, so let's keep moving. All right, come back up to center. Let's bring that length back into the spine. Let's open up the side body now, doing some side leans. When you're ready, let's start with the right. We're going to inhale and reach, lengthen. As you exhale, let's lean over to the side. Let your gaze come to the arm here. Make sure you're not rounding forward. We're nice and tall. And then on your next inhale, reach, create that length again. And exhale, release that arm down. Let's move to the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release down. Switch. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. One more time. Let's reach up on that inhale. Reach over on the exhale. Inhale, nice and tall again. And exhale, release. Wonderful. Go ahead and shake that out if you need to. Move around a little bit. All right, let's move into the rotator cuff now. If you're having problems with the shoulder, just kind of take it easy. Listen to your body as always, and just give it a try. If it's too much for you, just kind of let your hands rest on your lap and just wait for the next movement. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw our arms out shoulder height here. If that's too intense, you can drop down a little bit, but try being here. And we're simply going to inhale. We're going to draw the palms so they're facing the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we're going to turn the palms of the hands so they're facing the back of the room. Inhale up. We're sitting nice and tall. Exhale, rotate back. Just some gentle movement of the rotator cuff here. We don't want to get stiff shoulders. We want to keep everything lubricated and moving really well here. Don't want to get a frozen shoulder. It is the worst. Keep things moving. Mobility is everything, especially as we age. We want quality of life. One more time, let's face the back of the room. And palms up. And then bring the hands back in. Let them drop down. Give them a little bit of a shake here. All right, let's give the wrists a little bit of attention here. The wrists and the hands. So let's just spread our fingers nice and wide. Really spread them out. And then make a fist. Spread them out. And make a fist. I think we kind of neglect our hands a little bit. Like the smaller joints. Really spread them out. And then make those fists. I mean, think about how much we use our hands throughout the day. We have to give those a little bit of attention too. And make a fist. Spread them wide. And make a fist again. Okay, let's move to the wrists. So let's just kind of rotate. Rotate the wrists. Ooh, mine are cracking like crazy this morning. Okay, just rotating. Again, think of all that fluid flowing through the joints. Nice, healthy joints here. And then reverse. All right. Let that go. Kind of shake it out. And then let's take that a little bit further with the wrist. Let's do some flexion and extension, just very gently here. We're going to draw the palms of the hands together. Elevate the elbows, kind of bringing your hands in front of you here. And we're just going to kind of rock back and forth. So we're going to point the fingertips to the left and then move them over, rocking them to the right. My elbows dropping. Try to keep the elbows up here. And rocking back to the other side. Just go back and forth here, just a little flexion and extension. A little gentle stretch. Taking care of all those joints this morning. Okay, relax that down. Your shoulders might have gotten a little involved there. Give yourself a little roll here if you need to. All right, let's keep moving down the body here. Let's address the spine. Let's do a little flexion and extension of the spine. This is called cat-cow in yoga. You might be familiar with it. So lengthen the spine, really important to create that separation between those segments so we get the most mobility out of this movement. When you're ready, on your inhale, you're going to lift your tailbone up. Bring your chest forward and lift your chin. On your exhale, you're going to reverse it. You're going to tuck your tailbone under, round your spine, and then tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, reverse, lift the tailbone. Really bring that chest forward and lift the chin. Follow your own breath, just a nice gentle rocking motion here. And just imagine every little segment in the spine opening and closing, sending all that nutrition. Inhaling as you come up. Draw that breath in. And exhale, really let that breath fall out of the body. You can even do it with a little sigh. Inhale up. And exhale back. And let's inhale back to center. Let's keep moving. Let's mobilize those hip joints now. We're going to step out. Just beginning to open up those hips here. Feet are flat. Get comfortable. Maybe kind of rock back and forth just gently on your seat. Feel those sit bones back there. Just gently opening the hips. Nice and gentle. Okay, now we're going to come into a forward fold. And when we do that, we want to make sure that we're hinging at the waist, that we're not just kind of dropping into it and letting the back round here. So we're sitting nice and tall. We're going to take an in-breath. As you exhale, hinge at the waist. And your goal is just to allow the hands to come to the floor. If that's not available to you this morning, you can bring your hands to your lower legs or to the thighs, wherever you feel comfortable here. Maybe you're a little tight this morning. And just breathe, just allow your head to fall forward, releasing those muscles in the neck here, kind of using gravity to create a little bit of cervical traction here, taking all the pressure off of the neck. And you can kind of let your head rock back and forth gently here. Again, be wherever you are. So we're releasing that low back. We're releasing the hips here. Sending the breath right into the low back, right into those hips. Just breathing here, just for another moment. When you're ready, allow your hands to come to the shins. If you're in that full forward fold, use your hands to walk back up the legs. Your head comes up last. Let the head hang down slowly, very slowly. Let the head come back up. There's a change in blood pressure there when we're hanging down below the heart. So always take your time coming back up with that one. Make sure you're not feeling dizzy. All right, let's continue to mobilize those hips a little bit more, just taking advantage of this position that we're in. We're going to start with the right, and we're just simply going to let that right knee fall in. External rotation of the hip here. Make sure we get lots of nutrition in those hips this morning. You might feel a little bit of cramping as you do that. If you do, just kind of back off, maybe rock it back and forth a little bit. until you can get that nice stretch, that nice release. And maybe you feel like you need a little bit more. You can take that hand on the outer part of the knee and just give it a little gentle downward push there. All right, let that come back up. Let's move to the other side. Just let the knee fall in. Just let it fall in. We're sitting straight in the chair. Back is nice and tall. We're not letting ourselves twist here. Trying to get that hip in a nice position where it can get a nice stretch. Nice opening. Again, back off if you need to, or give it a little help. No pressure. And then let's come back up. And when you're ready, heel toe your way in. We're going to do the opposite now. So all the way in, inner part of the feet are touching, knees are touching now. We're going to sit up nice and tall again, readjust if you need to here. And now we're just going to let the knees fall apart. Stretching the inner part of the thigh here. So now we have internal rotation of the hip joints. Got to keep those hips nice and loosey-goosey here so that we can, again, navigate our world easier. Make walking less painful. Just up and down steps easier. We have to stay mobile. It's very, very important. If you need a little more, go ahead and place the hands on the inner part of the knee and you can make a wish and push them out even further. Relax the shoulders down. Just focusing on the hips here. All right, let's gather those knees back together and let's move into a hamstring stretch. So the hamstring is the underside of the thigh here. It attaches to the bone that we sit on and then behind the knee. If your hamstrings are tight, it's going to give you a posterior pelvic tilt. It's going to change the position of your pelvic area and it's going to create back pain. So we have to make sure that we keep those nice and loose. If you find yourself sitting a little bit too much, make sure that you address those hamstrings because they are going to shorten up on you. So let's start with the right leg. We're simply going to plant the heel on the floor. The toes are flexed, so toes are pointing up towards the nose. We're going to sit up nice and tall. When you're ready, take an in-breath. As you exhale, we're going to hinge at the waist and just come forward, lengthening the back of the leg here. Let your hand fall to the lower leg or to the thigh, just not on the knee. No downward pressure on that knee here. And just breathe into it. Send that breath, send the exhales right into the back of the leg. This can be a little uncomfortable. That's okay. Stretching can be uncomfortable, especially if you're tight. You just don't want to create that numbness or pain, extreme pain. Get to know your body. Yoga is the perfect way to do that. Get to know your limitations. Get to know where you need to work, what you need to work on. Explore your body. Take your time. And a muscle needs 20 to 30 seconds to react, to release. So be patient with yourself. When you're ready, let's draw that one back in and let's switch sides, planting that left heel now. Toes are flexed up towards the nose. Lengthen the spine. Take your in-breath. And exhale, lean forward. Staying with that breath. Don't hold your breath. All right, when you're ready, let's draw that leg back in. And your feet are planted on the floor. So that's going to be enough to just kind of get things rolling for the day. And let's just move into a little ending meditation, continuing to set a nice peaceful tone for the day. Let's let our hands relax on the lap. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes again and just connect with your breath just for a moment. Softening the face. Allow your tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Completely relax the jaw here. On your next exhale, really drop those shoulders down away from the ears. Softening the chest and the upper back. Just allowing the hips to become heavy in the chair. Allow the knees to fall apart, completely relaxing the lower body here. Softening the belly. Softening the knees and the feet. Feeling completely supported by the floor here on the soles of the feet. Completely relaxed. When you're ready, begin deepening the breath. Let's draw the knees back up. Allow your eyes to open. Maybe just a soft gaze towards the floor at first. Just slowly reawaken here. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring your gaze up. Let's do one last nice reach up with that upper body. Inhale, reach. Draw the palms of the hands together. And exhale, drawing the palms down to heart center, bowing the head, taking our moment to find our gratitude for practicing our self-care. So important. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.